today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some delicious, easy, and simple holiday treats. So let's get started. First of all, I wanted to say that I am sorry that this is posted after Christmas. I have just been crazy for Christmas, but we all know how that is with family and gifts and cheer, right? Well, let's go. First of all, you always want to start off with thoroughly washing your hands, which I am definitely going to do here. And then the first thing that I'm going to make are these delicious bacon wrapped crackers that are both savory and or sweet. You're going to preheat your oven to low, so 250 degrees Fahrenheit. The key to this dish is low and slow. For this, you're going to need some crackers, bacon, brown sugar, butter, teriyaki sauce, Parmesan cheese, and maybe a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. And I say that weird, do I? Worcestershire? Who even knows? Let's grab your choice of cracker first. I love these toppable ones the best. Grab a baking sheet, spray it with some cooking oil, and let's grab our bacon. So to do this recipe, it's actually pretty simple. All you're gonna do is spread some Parmesan cheese onto a cracker and wrap it with a half of slice of bacon and just place it on your cookie sheet. So again, just place some Parmesan cheese, a lot, a little, doesn't really matter, and wrap it with bacon. It's that simple. A trick to make your bacon longer and stretch, just stretch it out like that and it'll make the piece longer and easier to wrap. So after we have our savory ones done, we're gonna do the sweet ones. So the sweet ones, you just put a little bit of brown sugar on the cracker and wrap it with bacon the exact same way. Honestly, both of these are super yummy. These are my favorite holiday treat that my mom makes for appetizers. They are amazing, and you seriously have to try them if you have the time. The key to this holiday treat, even though these can be eaten at any time, it doesn't have to be during the holidays, but is to cook it for a low temperature, but for a long time. And you really just have to be patient with this appetizer. So I'm gonna create a sauce to just glaze over these quickly. And how I'm gonna do that is a little bit of teriyaki sauce and the Worcestershire sauce, alrighty? And then for the sweet sauce, I am going to scoop some butter into this and yay, fail. Microwave that for about 20 to 25 seconds and then pour some brown sugar in there. So we have both the sweet and savory glaze, and all we're gonna do is spread this over top of the crackers as so. It's pretty simple. It doesn't matter how much you put on, it's really just gonna soak in that flavor. You're gonna place these in the oven and for around, I would say honestly like 2 hours. My mom does them for 3 to 3.5 and they are so yummy. I did them for about 2.25 hours and they were delicious. The longer you can cook them for, the better, because the flavors all just meld together and they are amazing. The next recipe that we're gonna do, I sort of failed on it, but that is okay. These are Oreo cookie sort of truffle balls and they are so easy to make. So let's get started here. The ingredients for this recipe are super easy. You're gonna need some Oreo baking crumbs, some cream cheese, chocolate chips, and some decorations if you're very adventurous. Open up that brick of cream cheese and just use half of it. Put it into a bowl. Pour in about 1 cup of crushed cookie crumbs or baking crumbs. You could literally crush up Oreo cookies if you want to, or your favorite cookie. And then I'm just gonna mash the cream cheese all around. This is honestly the hardest part, just to get it all around. It may seem like it's not working. Trust me, I was like, cool, this isn't working, bye. But if you keep working at it, you will get this consistency that looks sort of like this, and it's like, is it done? Yes, it is done. Remove my ring for safety reasons, and I'm just going to form some into a ball like this. Literally, that's what you do, and it's good to go. And I'm gonna put them on just a cookie sheet with some parchment paper over top. And this is honestly easy. You just grab them and roll them into a ball. I would not be giving you guys a hard thing to do, all right? So once you have the balls all completed, to however many you decide to do, 1 or 70, place them in the fridge and let them cool down and just sort of firm up for about 30 minutes. Get a pot onto low heat and add some chips. You can add whatever color chips or whatever chips you want to put these in. I wanted green for the holidays, so I added some food coloring, and honestly, I feel like this is what failed it. I honestly thought that the food coloring is old, because as soon as I put this in, it was fine. I was like, woo, I can dunk these, but it got so hard. Like, it was just a fail. Like, I put these in, the first one was all right, and all of them would not roll, and this became a fail, so it was gonna be cute, and it wasn't. that's okay. That's what cooking is. At least it tastes good, okay? So you can choose to roll these or not. Honestly, I like them better how they are just plain, honestly. So just leave them plain if you're a fail like I am. The next appetizer is my favorite one that I actually physically consumed. It was the most delicious in my opinion, and my dad's and my boyfriend's favorite. So it's stuffed mushrooms, and they are easy again. Trust me, easy, and people will love them. Started with cooking about 4 strips of bacon. I cut them in half again so it made 8, so we can say that there's 8 strips. Now is quite an important part, choosing your mushrooms. I was gonna say potatoes. Anyways, you want them to be a decent size, not overly big and not way too small, so I feel like this size is good enough. Give them a quick wash because they're growing in the ground and they got dirt on them. And definitely fry up your bacon until it's crispy. Next, you just want to pop off the stems of the mushrooms. It can be easy, it can be hard depending on honestly that particular mushroom. I just kind of squeeze it and pull it at all angles and then it'll come out. That's what she said. Alrighty, so I'm gonna cut up the stems here, and all I'm gonna do is dice them into somewhat fine texture and throw them into a big bowl and add a half of a pack of cream cheese. Add some onion powder, some Worcestershire sauce that we love to say, some Parmesan cheese, and then crumble in your bacon. Now, this is just a guide for a recipe. You could use anything that you want. I also added pepper to this, but you could add any type of seasonings you guys wanted. Dill, oregano, you could add matzo cheese if you wanted. This is just what I did for this recipe, and it was a hit. I love stuffed mushrooms and make them all types of way. Make me feel some type of way. Alrighty, so I'm gonna grab this little foil thing and spray it with some cooking oil and place just the mushroom caps on there. Douse them with some olive oil, and all I'm gonna do is roast these for about 5 to 10 minutes in the oven on low heat. It really doesn't matter. I have them in with the first things that we made, so it's about 250. When they are nice and warm, I'm going to grab my mixture, which looks disgusting at this point, don't get me wrong, but it's how it tastes, not what it looks like, so it's like me. I don't really know what that means, but let's continue and roll with it. Fill these caps, and I feel like this amount of mushrooms with this amount of mixture worked perfectly. So if you wanted to double it, definitely double the mushrooms and then double the filling, but they were perfectly filled. Top them with some Parmesan cheese, and then I love to add some fresh herbs. I got these in California. They're California grown, and this is just a Mediterranean blend. I'm just gonna top it off with some herbs. And then they're gonna cook in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. And then for the last like 5 minutes, I broiled them just to get the tops a little bit crispy. And there you go. You have some delicious stuffed mushrooms that I'm gonna plate and pretend I'm Cake Boss. Oh, not Cake Boss, Iron Chef. Something like that. And they were honestly delicious. My favorite thing personally in this whole series. Next, we have my mom's favorite item, plus an item I just randomly thought of at the top of my head, and they are chicken Caesar salad bites. And they are on, yes, crispy cheese, my favorite thing in this world. And I am a reindeer. This recipe is insanely easy as well, but let's go. All you're gonna start off doing is, I crushed an entire salad bag into a bowl like this, and I just ripped them into somewhat bite-sized pieces. Next, you wanna select your chicken. You can definitely use fresh chicken that you just grill up or fry up, bread up, however you prepare it. It really doesn't matter. But just because this is a quick recipe, I'm just gonna grab this pre-made chicken. I don't usually grab pre-made chicken often, but it's really quick and it is yummy, and you can just toss it in and be good to go. Cut it up into cubes and throw it in with the salad. Add some Parmesan cheese, some pepper, but not as much as I did, trust me, and about a cap full of lemon sauce. I went with some fat-free Caesar dressing just because Caesar dressing can be kind of fattening, but it's the holidays. We're all fat in the holidays. Mix it all together and you got some quick Caesar salad. Go ahead and use anything else you want in this, such as croutons or whatever. Next, I'm gonna spray a pan with some cooking spray and grab some shredded cheddar cheese, and I'm going to make crispy cheese, you guys. It is really easy. You're just gonna put some clumps of cheese on there. Bake for about 7 to 10 minutes at 350 degrees. and then you're gonna broil them for about 5 minutes, but you wanna check on them constantly because they're cheese and they're greased and you do not want to fire. So you just want to be constantly checking on these so that you get your perfect crispy cheese. And when they're done, they look like this. They are so yummy. And I just spoonful some Caesar salad on there. And these were a hit because of the crunchy salad and then the crunch of the cheese were very yummy. So these were a crowd pleaser and I really enjoyed them. And lastly, we are gonna finish it off with a delicious dessert, which is so yummy. These are cinnamon sugared white chocolate pretzels, which I love, and you can store them and keep them for days. So yeah, girl. So for this recipe, you're gonna need either a huge cookie sheet or 2 cookie sheets, pretzels, cinnamon, white chocolate chips, sugar, and canola oil or some sort of oil. First of all, I'm gonna grab a little bowl and I'm gonna place some sugar in a bowl, however you think is cool, and then some cinnamon together. I'm just gonna make like a little cinnamon sugar mixture, mix that together, set it aside. It's good to have this prepared and all ready to go. Next, in a big mixing bowl, which for some reason I'm modeling, I'm gonna place 2/3 cup of oil in here, a 1/3 cup of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and I'm gonna whisk this all together. This is honestly a super quick dessert that you guys can make up, and it's really festive and delicious. And can I say that it smells heavenly? Yes. Get some pretzels, girl, and eat one because they're fun. And just dump them in without looking, because holla if you wanna. Stir these around, make sure that they are all coated. This is very easy to do. All you just wanna do is stir them all around. Place them in the microwave, and I microwaved these for 1 minute, took them out and stirred them. And then I put them back in and microwaved them for about 45 seconds. And when I took them out, they're nice and warm. I stirred them all around again because then they're hot and they soak in that mixture and they're awesome. Now you can do this on 2 cookie sheets if you don't have a big cookie sheet. This is actually an oven protector, really, but it worked well. So place them all spread out on a cookie sheet, and I'm gonna sprinkle the remaining mixture that's hot on these so it really soaks it in. And then while they're still warm, it's important to grab that cinnamon sugar mixture that you made earlier and just sprinkle them on. Again, you can use any other seasonings or spices that you wish. White chocolate chips. We're gonna place about a cup of these into a pot on low, and I'm just gonna watch it and stir it until it gets nice and creamy and melty as so. And then I'm gonna take that pot with a spoon and just pour these over in zigzag motions. You could do a ton, you could just do a little bit. It depends on what you like. You don't also have to use white chocolate. You could do mint chocolate chips or candy cane chocolate chips. Whatever you have can add a really nice touch to these. You could go really far and put sprinkles on them or maybe some Christmas bark that you have, peppermint bark or whatever. Honestly, this recipe is just so easy that you could also use it as gifts. So I got this little gift box at Dollarama. I put some napkins in because I didn't have anything and I'm cool. And then place some of these in there and you can give these as a gift for your grandma or your friend or just for yourself because you're awesome. And there you go, a perfect Christmas gift and Christmas treat. And you can store these in a Ziploc container, and that's what I did with the remainder of mine and gave some to my friends and family. So those were all the recipes that I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You don't have to just use these and eat them and make them for the holidays. These are good for all year round. And I want you guys not only to nourish your bodies, but to nourish your souls and spirits as well. Take a moment and just laugh and be happy, but not like a crazy person and laughing at nothing. Just smile and be happy that you are you and you are safe and happy and watching me because I'm crazy. Alrighty, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season and I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.